MultiVersus had a big boom when it was first released, which is natural considering that this game is insanely fun, you can play with your friends, and the connection for input latency was everything that we wanted Smash Bros to be. Yeah. But also nothing else in gaming was popping off at a time when it came out. Over the few weeks that it has been out, it was announced that the player base had become massive. It started off at like, what, 10 million players, and then in a few weeks after that, we got to 20 million total accounts. And even before that, it reached a crazy milestone of, and I'll show it real quick right here. Before we get into the video, please hit that like button. Let's get this video to over 2,000 likes while spreading the hype. And also continue to hit that subscribe button. We just hit 100K subs, but let's see if we can go even further beyond that and maybe hit 500,000 someday, maybe soon, who knows. I appreciate you guys for all the support, and now let's get into the video. It reached a crazy milestone of 153,000 total players on Steam, which is massive for fighting games. That's a really big deal, guys. But naturally, the game eventually ran into issues with certain characters running circles around others, fixing some bugs in the game, introduced other bugs in the game. There were lots of hitbox issues. For some, it was a little bit of a turnoff. All of this was to be expected since it is technically a beta. The game is not fully released as of yet. It still is a beta. And there are many players who think MultiVersus is dying. And I have many things I want to say about that. Yes, the player drop-off rate has been pretty high on Steam. Yes, keyword Steam. But one important detail that many people are missing is that at its current average of about 4,000 to 6,000 players daily, that technically is a pretty good success for fighting games on Steam, PC in general. To expect a fighting game on PC to hold over 100,000 players daily, that's a little unreasonable. Yes, it did have a big boom, but it did normalize itself. And it's getting healthy average fighting game numbers. Look at these other fighting games on Steam. Tekken 7 peaked at 18,000 total players on PC. 5,000 average right now, which almost 7,000 in the last 24 hours. Then we got Dragon Ball FighterZ, which peaked at 44,000. And looking at 1.7K right now and 2.5K 24 hours. And then the main competition for MultiVersus is Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla had 34,000 peak all-time 2 years ago. And right now, it averages a healthy amount, very healthy amount of 16,000 to 15,000 players daily. Now, one major thing to notice with Brawlhalla, this is MultiVersus's main competition, but also it shares a big player pool of the same players. So essentially, when nothing is going on in MultiVersus, a lot of these players are playing Brawlhalla, and vice versa. When new things come out in MultiVersus, a lot of these players, and you'll see this number drop off, will go into MultiVersus, and that will shoot up. Specifically, like when Rick was released. When Rick released, I think it shot up to 15,000 on Steam for MultiVersus. But again, that's just Steam, guys. If we really want to take it into account, think about it, 20 million total accounts, and we're getting less than 100,000 players on Steam. That should clearly let you guys know that PC is not the main platform for MultiVersus. There are a lot of players still playing this game on console. PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. All of that stuff is playing MultiVersus right now at a massive rate, specifically. Now, since MultiVersus is in beta, right now, technically the game is missing a few key features that will retain a lot of players, in my opinion. Specifically, the ranked mode. That ranked mode is not in the game currently. It is coming sometime this season, hopefully soon. But the reason why it's not here is because the game has issues with hitboxes and certain characters. They want to make sure the game is in a much healthier and better place before they drop ranked for everyone to enjoy, because they know players are just going to rage even harder if they're getting beaten up in ranked by some janky bullshit that they want to fix. So in the meanwhile, players are taking a break. But there is one massive thing that MultiVersus can add, and hopefully will add soon, that will absolutely boost this game back into a crazy ass number. We got a tweet from Tony that simply states that the next 2 patches from them are going to be really big for MultiVersus. What could this be? I don't know, but I am hoping it is the one thing, at least, that I believe will catapult MultiVersus back up to the top and introduce a massive stream of new players coming to the game. And I'm talking about the Asian servers, guys. Yes, MultiVersus hit 100,000+ players in the first day without Asian servers. How crazy is that? For those that don't know, fighting games are a huge deal around the world, specifically in Asian regions. We're talking about massive numbers, guys. And once MultiVersus finally implements those servers into the game and allows players from that side of the world join in and play comfortably, because some of them are playing, but they have to do it through a VPN apparently, and it's not good. It's going to be a big deal. Now, there is another free-to-play game that many of you guys have probably heard about, made by the people that made League of Legends from Riot Games, Project L. Project L is a 2v2 tag team fighter that is also free to play, and it's going to be coming out hopefully early next year. We get to play the beta, but I know for a fact they are well aware that League of Legends' biggest player base does reside in Asian regions. So when Project L drops, you can already imagine the the numbers that this game is going to have are going to be wild. It's going to be ridiculous because of where their main game is mainly popular. And you already know I will be making videos on that game. I'm looking forward to it. Very excited. Love the fact that free to play is going to be a big focus for fighting games going forward, because fighting games in general are a big turnoff for many players. A lot of people don't stick with it, and it's a harder learning curve to get into, really. So players don't want to put in the time for it. So if there's a price tag to enter into that, they already won't stick around very long, or they won't buy it. However, if it's free to play, there will be a significant boost of players trying it out, and then after the first month or two, things will normalize, and players that really enjoy the game and have learned and got better will stick around. That's the case for every other game, really. And with Project L coming out the gates, hopefully being available worldwide, specifically like with Asian servers, that's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. So in my opinion, the biggest deal and the biggest change or addition that they can make to MultiVersus that'll make the player count just skyrocket is implementing those Asian servers. Not necessarily so that we can play with people over in the Asian region, but so that they can access the game and play with others in their region comfortably. But if you have any other tips or insights as to how MultiVersus can improve in any way, please comment them below. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and let's get a discussion going. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new. More MultiVersus news, guides, and tips are on the way, and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.